All right, hello everyone. So today's the 19th of June. All right, so these are the astro hours for today, as you can see. Now, this is gold. I've got gold in front of me. Now, last week, gold's swing days were, let's go to the daily, all right, was Tuesday. All right, so as you can see, we had, I'll tell you what happened so you can see nice and easy here. Tuesday is there. Then we had Thursday. Thursday is there. So we had swing from high to low, then low to high on a Friday. And Friday was also a swing day. Now, swing days I'm going to put on the members site as well, but you understand that this is a runner, okay, as you can see. So I want to be shorting down into the purple zone, okay. So what you want to be doing today is obviously going to be when the market pulls up, if it goes up, selling off is not a bad idea. 52 is 1964. Okay, it might be a little up there, 1964, but that should bring us to there. Okay, so if the market does come back into this 1964, just 1964, let's just do this, into this zone, it's okay to sell. So touching the weekly, going up here and then selling off is not a bad idea at all. Okay, if it, we've got targets down here, and I'll tell you what those are as well. The first thing is on the weekly, right? If you come to the weekly, you've got the 52, so that's your 1941. On the daily, you got that and that, which is 35, and also this HCL 143, which is, so we've got 1946 and 1922. So as you can see, we've got targets all the way down here, and we want to short it, by the way. All right, so the market, needs to like pop up somewhere, and from that pop up we want to sell. That could also equal the daily here. All right, so we could go into there, but this zone, this 1964, is not a bad spot to be doing it. Okay, now and it should come down until this anyway. This is 7 o'clock here, so I put the hours here, as you can see. So that's that. But if it starts to break through, any pop-up, you got to be shorting down, because Friday was a swing day, and that's your swing day there. That's Thursday, all right, and that's your Tuesday. So Tuesday we had a swing day all the way into Thursday. Thursday we had a swing day going all the way into Friday. So that should continue. So any pull up, you want to be selling down. Those are your targets. You want to be going down in that direction. If you want to take a look at the monthly as well, you certainly can. On the monthly, we should go even further down into that 56, which is 1920, as you can see, and 55 is 1906. So we still got room to push down into the 1906. Let's just put that in there as well. All right, let's take a look at the euro dollar. So that's that. Now I didn't put the astro hours here as well, but I'll just put 7 o'clock here. That's just 7 o'clock there. It's actually 6:50, but there you go, 6:50 will do that. And 7 o'clock is there. All right, so this zone, it's okay to sell from here to push down actually. And then the next hour, as you know, is going to be at 2 o'clock. Okay, well, you don't know yet, but you know now. Plus, I'm going to put them in the members area. Like I said, we've got room to come down, so you can shrink this down a little bit, push it into that zone there. Let's just do that. Okay, take this forward a little bit, and that's that. So coming down into this zone is not a bad idea. This is a sell zone. Why? Because if you take a look at your weekly, we did that yesterday, last week rather, and on the daily, that's your top. This is the Venus line I talked about. So as you can see from that Venus line, they sold nicely. Coming back into the Venus line, that's 25% on Gann. This is a strong level to be selling. So whenever the market goes up, we want to be selling, and that 70 is what I'm marked in there on the PST, being this level. So these levels are good to be selling and shorting. There is there appears to be a bit of a gap there. Let's just check that out. Why not a big one? Okay, it's like filled in anyway. So selling the highs to push down into that zone is not a bad idea at all. All right, and then you got, let's see what your targets are. Now that's your first target there, which I marked in already, which is that the weekly pivot plus this is obvious for us. Okay, so I'll just mark that in like that, include the weekly in there, and that's your manipulation. On the daily, if I take a look, if it breaks below that, you see we've got a long way to come down. The market should at least come back into 0865, let's say. 0865 is here, which is logical, and that's 0865 there. All right, so marking these levels is important, as you can see. And on the PST, if it starts to break down, we'll go even further down, I think. Yeah, all right. And then later on, we should come back down all the way back. Okay, into this zone here. So we should come back to the one zone again with the euro dollar. Okay, and that's that. And then it should take off again. Okay, because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say hasn't done the 5 here to be a wave 1 on the weekly. But we'll wait for it to pull back. Okay, it should come back into this zone. It will be awesome if it came into this indecision, and then we can take it off from there as well. But because we're day trading or keeping a position like for a few days due to the swings, I think the best thing to do in the day trading session is, if you're going to sell off from here, just mark your trade in here. It should then push down into the next Astro hour. If it goes up, we want to be selling off. Be mindful for the swing days on this one. US 30 here, Dow Jones. Now with the Dow Jones, remember I had swing days for Dow Jones, which was Wednesday and Friday. That's your Friday there, and that's your Wednesday there. So Wednesday, beautiful swing low into Thursday, coming into the Friday high, from the Friday high, making that swing day downwards. Okay, so if you sold at Astro hours on Friday, you would have been doing rather well, because that was a swing day. So selling the highs was the way to go. Coming down now, you can see the market is on the weekly pivot, and that's awesome to see. This is like really nice way to trade, because you can see what's going on, and picking swing days is really nice. So today as well on the Dow Jones, look out for the swing days. We want to be selling off. That's your Mercury line. It doesn't need to touch the Mercury line, as you can see, but it's pretty close. So any pull up, we want to sell. That pull up can be in the US session. In the US session, they'll want to maybe push it up to sell. Where would you like to sell that in the US session? If you ask me, that 58 level is 34231. 34231, 34231, as you can see, is pretty much there. All right, so this zone's already done. So it should break below this, because we've got to fill this in, and I marked in these levels last week. And if you tighten them up a little bit, okay, you can see where we're heading. All right, so I'm going to push this forward, obviously this too, because this is where this whole thing happened. And coming back down here is going to be a strong buy level as well. So any push up, you want to sell into this zone. And if you take a look at today, okay, the market still has room to push up and then sell off. This sell zone here is going to be that daily pivot. So selling around the daily, or slightly higher. Let's see where we can do that. Okay. That's the indecision there. So what we want to do is take this into account. All right. So this zone on the daily, if it comes back into this zone, including the daily pivot, obviously, all right, there, you want to be sellers at the tops, and obviously there as well. Let's see what we have on the daily as a PST. 72 is 34,670. 34,670 is still there. I'll keep it there. On the weekly, That's the LCL one, 34,840. That's just too far out there. Okay, but on any, this Monday, right, we're sellers. All right. So what you want to do, obviously, get your direction right. What you're going to do with your trade. Remember the trading setup rules that we have and the daily routines. So according to your daily routine, you want to look for a sell location. It's going to be there or in the highs that it did last week. Okay. So if the market comes back into here where the market dipped down as well, it's a bit of a big zone to take if you take it like this. Okay. But because we're trading with astro hours, it doesn't matter. You want to get used to that astrological trading. So if the market comes up into that zone, you can also sell as well at astro hours. Any break below this is logical because we want to come down here. If it breaks down and in the New York session comes up to the white line daily pivot, you sell off. SP 500, let's take a look at the SP 500. Now remember the SP 500's swing days was Tuesday and Friday last week. All right. So that's your Friday. Okay. Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday there. And Tuesday we had that breakout. Okay. It was been going up all week in any case. So it went all the way into the Friday. And then let's do that. There we go. And remember, we talked about this gap here. If you look at last week's video, you should be fine. It filled in the gap. Beautiful. Going any push up, you want to be selling. It should come down into 71, which is 4391. All right, so we should dip into 4391, which is pretty close to the weekly, as you can see. 4391 is going to be about there. So let's see where that weekly is. If you're wondering why I've got this Heiken-Aschke happening on some of the charts, I will let you know when we're doing the training sessions. But for those of you who know, you can chuck a Yui with these nicely from Astro Hours. That'll put you on the right side of the move. Okay, so whenever you have an Astro Hour, okay, and you want to wait for the U-turn, you could do it, how you can do it, and this is another way of doing it. So then you can wait for that U-turn to happen. All right, this is Thursday as well. So on SB 500, we had Tuesday and Friday. So Friday, the swing high there, as you can see. And if we move this a little bit forward, that's your Wednesday and this is your Tuesday. All right, so Tuesday makes that low, pushes up, Wednesday retest, Thursday retest, going all the way into Friday happening. So that level is going to be there 4391. Yeah, I think I got that right there. Okay, so going into that 714391 is an option, and then we should sizzle down into 67 there, 4376. So eventually we should be waving down into these levels. All right, 4376 there. Okay, and that's basically it. There's room to come down into this zone. So what we want to be doing actually is waiting for the market to come further down. But this is how it should wave down. So any pull up, okay, going also towards that daily pivot is also okay to push the market down. And that's that on there. And then if we break below that, we've got that 60 zone there because you could possibly follow it down into 4350. Which is right there. And like I said, that's logical because we want it to come down into that zone. All right, so coming back here, and then this will be a buy zone as well. The market will want to push up a little bit from there, and then we'll take it from there when the market gets there. Let's take a look at NASDAQ and Bitcoin as well and see how things are panning out over there. All right, and here is your NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ had a swing day of Tuesday and Friday, as you can see. That's your Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. As you can see, Tuesday just kept pushing up, and Friday was it. So we should be coming down on this one as well. It's a new week, so let's check out the week. and that's that. So from these highs, we want to be selling it down, and then we should somehow come back down. All right, so this is, let's get back into the daily. All right, so that's that. So we should pop really down all the way in there and that zone there as well. Okay, so what to do? Well, any move upwards today as well, you can sell off. We're at 77 and 81. 15,135,374. So let's take a look at 15,135, which is pretty much this white line here. Even highs there. So, oh, and that's the Mercury. Look at that perfection. Mercury line there at the Astro hour. Now, Friday, remember, Friday's Astro hours were 3:40, 10 past 4 my time. Look at that. That's 4:15 bar coming exactly into Mercury at the PST level and just bang down. That is just awesome. Okay. So, and that's your Venus line coming straight into Venus. Wow. Crazy. Venus line, Venus line, Venus line. Okay, and that's it. Fair enough. So what to do? Well, with this one as well, when any reasonable pull up to kind of push us down, and we want to go down from these levels. Okay, so as you can see, that's a sell level there. That's a mighty big push all the way down there. So that should at least bring us back into this zone here. All right, we should come back into that zone. As you can see, that's your resistance there as well, so it should kind of fit in there. Okay, I'll draw some planetary lines on the daily here as well and see how things pan out. And that's that. All right, so on your smaller time frame, what you can do is just make this a little bigger. As you can see, this zone is a good push down. The market should go into the daily there. So this is going to be your zone where the market made that big push. So this zone here, let's keep it a little tight. So this zone, if we come up into that zone, if we tap in there, that would be nice. You can also do it at the daily pivot, okay, and that's also fine as well. All right, because at the daily, I think you're going to get that goodbye kiss happening. If it comes back in the US session, it should retrace. Okay, bring us up into a goodbye kiss, maybe come up to there as well, and we should kind of like sell off there. Okay, now here we've got even highs. What you might want to do is then wait for a U-turn to happen to see if they'll swipe these and then turn around. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now with the Bitcoin, what did I say? It was Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on? This is Bitcoin. Okay. So if I tighten this up a little bit, okay. I said Sunday was a swing day. That's your Sunday there. That's your Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. All right. So Bitcoin had Tuesday and then Friday there. Okay. So both nice swing days from the Tuesday and all the way into Thursday down. Wait a minute. That's Saturday. And then this is Friday. Friday doing a big leap up as well, right into there. Okay. And then I had Sunday as well. And that's just Sunday there pushing down. Now with Bitcoin, as you know, we're downwards. We'd like to sell. So where to sell is going to be that 53.55. So 26,656 to 26,800. 26,656. So if we come back up into this zone, okay, selling again is okay, and also 26,800 is okay to do so. So this is going to be your kill zone here. If the market comes up, you can sell off here. The swing days I'll put in the members area as usual. But my bias on this one is down. I'd like to see it come down. It nearly tapped into that purple zone. It hasn't just yet. as you can see. Okay, but I'm thinking we should probably come down. These days I marked in before, as you know. Still got a few dates ahead, but these are nice swing days. So looking for a swing from these to push further down is where we want to go to. And as you can see, this is where I'm expecting the market to push down into. All right. And as you can see, that is my moon line. And these are my Mercury lines as well. So these are going to be like important for us. And the market should come back into these zones. So I'm thinking we're probably going to come down into this zone and then further down into that zone, just obviously waving. I don't think it's going to go straight down, but you know, we should like wave down and so on. So any high levels you see, you're welcome to short them down at Astro hours.